awards ceremony. This is going to be presented by Dr. Ray Rui. Ray is a research scientist here at MIT, and he's the chair of the local organizing committee. I can reassure you that Ray has put in a lot of effort in organizing this event. I'm sure you all received emails from Ray, and he made our life very easy, the rest of us here. So Ray, please come up and give the awards.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dear guest, I still want to introduce myself again. Okay, my name is Ray, a research scientist at MIT, the committee chair for this conference. If you don't know my name, don't remember my name, let me remind you. So I'm the one who continues to send the email to you. Force you to submit the abstract on time, register the conference on time, show up at your session on time, and finish your talk at time. So I basically act like your parents. Sometimes I even send confused email to you guys. Then you send a polite email, request me to explain. But I send a more confused email. So if you still don't know my name, maybe you're sitting in the wrong room. Okay. Well, let's get down to the business. First, I'd like to share you the video we received for our abstract submission. So our conference is looking for creative innovation and different ways of submission. So we do receive the one from the Ph.D. student from Katharine, Greco, the Ph.D. student in chemical engineering department from MIT. The video is about 9 minutes. I'll let you guys enjoy the video first before I present award.
Hi, my name's Katharine Greco, and I'm here to tell you about the work that I've been doing in the research group at MIT to increase our utilization of renewable energy technology. But first, let's start with the good news. Renewable energy use is increasing. Global renewable energy production has increased an average of 8% each of the past 7 years. Places like Denmark are leading the way in renewables integration. Denmark is the world leader in wind energy penetration, with 17% of the energy they produce coming from renewable wind. So if we took a look at Denmark's wind energy production, it would look something like this, with a large portion coming from renewable wind. However, Denmark is only able to use 8 to 9% of the wind energy that they produce, and the rest has to be exported. So if instead we look at a chart of their consumption, it would look something like this. With a much smaller portion coming from renewable wind. The problem is that renewable energy sources, such as wind and solar, are intermittent. So if we look at energy generation over the course of a day in Denmark, let's imagine that it's very windy and very early in the morning. So if we look at energy as a function of time of day, we can imagine that their wind energy generation would peak at around 7 a.m. However, typically energy consumption peaks in the evening when people get home from work and start turning on their lights. So instead, if we look at a plot of energy consumption as a function of time of day, it might peak at 6 p.m. This mismatch between energy production and energy demand means that we'll never be able to fully utilize our renewable energy technologies. And we know that we have to implement as much renewable energy technology now as possible. We have to have our CO2 emissions by 2030 in order to keep our global temperature rise below 1.5 degrees Celsius to avoid irreversible and catastrophic climate change. And we also know that this requires a two-step approach in order to implement renewables. First, step A is to implement as much renewable energy technology now as possible. Next, step B, replace some parts of the technology in step A that are either less clean or less efficient. But I'm proposing that we need a third step, or a catalyst, C. And this catalyst is energy storage. Redox flow batteries are a particularly promising technology to use in conjunction with renewable energy. The way a redox flow battery works is you have your reactor, and outside of the reactor, you have your liquid electrolyte. And so because the liquid electrolyte is housed separately of the reactor, you can independently scale energy and power. You can scale power by changing the area of your reactor. And you can scale the energy capacity of your system by changing the volume of your electrolyte. In this way, you can independently scale energy and power to meet whatever demand the
Okay, so I think, okay. I think you already see, right? So the whole creative, the abstract we received. So I invite MIT Energy Initiative Director Robert Armstrong and Professor Jerry Yang, the co-chair of the conference, and Katharine Greco come to other stage.
Exactly. Thank you. So if you guys saw my talk, you know the ending, so thank
You want to say something?
No, no.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ray.
Thanks. Okay, so we hope to receive more abstract like this next year. Okay, before I end my talk, I would like thank you for all the present, all the author. Also, we like thank all the speaker, especially the volunteers. Also, we like thank the MIT and Applied Energy. So, without their help, we cannot have such, I think, a pretty successful event, I think, at least. So before I leave the stage, let me remind you again, my name is Ray. So I hope to see you next year. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ray, and congrats, Katharine, once more. So.